Hey guys, all right, super excited to share this video. This comes from, I'm going to cover, this is actually one of the worksheets from my program that I've recently launched. And what it really is about is how to share our mission, our program, your coaching, your book, your gift, whatever it is that you have that you want to share with more people. I'm going to talk about one of the key things that is the misunderstood piece to being able to grow that. So if you look at this slide right here, the screenshot or whatever you want to call it, don't worry about the text, but I just want to focus on this little layout right here. Now this is what I call a path to purchase, could be called a campaign, could be called a funnel. So in my other company, and I talk about this quite a bit, this was exactly the flow that I created that sold over $7.5 million online. Now, I want to put a little thing in here. I am not one of those people that says, go and do this, you should do this. That's not what I'm about at all. What I believe is find what you enjoy doing and it'll be easy to do. If that's video, then build your business around doing video. If you hate doing video, then let's not do video. Let's build your business around what you love. If you love going out and talking to people and networking, let's build your business around going out and talking to people and networking. If you love speaking on stages, then let's build your business around speaking on stages. One of the biggest misconceptions, in my opinion, when it comes to building a brand, a business around whether it's personal development, serving a mission, one of the biggest confusing pieces for people that I see all the time and I'm consulting on all the time is that they're trying to build a business based on successes they've seen other people have. Okay, they're trying to do that, right? People are out there saying, do a podcast, do the YouTube channel, you've got to do social media, you got to build ads. No, you ain't got to do any of that. You got to do what you love to do. Okay, so I really wanted to share that before this. So, and that said, if you don't want to build a business in this way, then think about what you would do instead. So I like I said, so I did this where I had an ad, right? We created ads. They went to a website, a landing page, which led people to get on a phone call and buy, right? Literally those 4 steps. That's it. And this is crazy. And if your brain turns off with what I'm about to say, then perhaps that's a comfort zone or an inner block or something that we need to look at, right? I spent a year and a half on those 4 steps. I spent a year and a half mastering how do I get more people to click my ad? How do I get, and actually the ad part's easy. You can hire somebody to create Facebook ads and get traffic on your website in 15 minutes. That's easy, right? We all know that. But what do they do once they're on the page? You can hire a web designer to create a beautiful looking page that doesn't do anything, right? I spent a year and a half refining and improving and changing the language on that landing page and learning how do I put my why in the landing page? How do I speak to people on an emotional level? How do I hit people in a way on that page that makes them go, I have to call this person? And I remember the first phone call that I got from my website. Literally, I called and I was using the cell phone. This is years ago. This is almost a decade ago. And phone rings. I'm like, hello? And the guy's like, well, is this KA Media? And I'm like, oh, yeah, this is KA Media. Oh, yeah, I saw your website and I was just like, I didn't even know how to handle the call. I don't remember what happened. All I remember is just that freak out moment of, oh my gosh, somebody actually called me from my website, right? So I knew I could get one, I can get more. But that didn't mean I made a sale on the phone. It meant that I got a lead. So I was spending time improving this. And then I was spending time learning phone calls and dealing with my inner discomfort with sales. Yes, the discomfort of sales, right? How many of you hate doing sales? You know what? It's not the sales that you hate. It's the discomfort of feeling like you're being salesy. Because if you've got a business, you got a mission, you have something you want to share with the world, you have to sell that product. If you don't sell that product, you don't have a business, right? So, well, what do? I believe that when a person is properly sold, They don't feel sold, they feel served. So I've been doing sales the last few days for, I don't know, I think that this shouldn't be too big a deal to say this, for a mentor of mine, Lisa Nichols. She's got a massive platform. It's been a phenomenal virtual event she's been doing for a few days, and I volunteered. I've been on her sales team supporting her. And those calls, we've been selling all sorts of different programs and different things, and I'm not going to get into deep details of that. But over and over and over, these people are thanking me. They're saying, thank you so much. They're buying from me and they're thanking me. See, that's not selling. Well, it is, but it's serving. Okay, so what did I do? I focused on how do I get more people from this page on the phone. Now, you may not be the techie person, and I get that. And so don't tune out quite yet. Just stay with me for a minute. How do I get more people on the phone? And then once I got them on the phone, how do I get them to buy? Right? Because I knew that I had an amazing product. And so I spent a year and a half perfecting this. And I had a few clicks along the way and a few things, and I had to deal with my own inner stuff and get rid of that. And then what happened is it started to grow. And some big things started to click, like really about content structure, about putting our why in the message, about some of those pieces. And the next year I did over 150,000 in sales. And then the year after that was over 200 and some thousand. We were about 4 years to hit we did $1 million total sales, and in the 5th year we did $1 million. We were doing over $1 million a year. And that system, once it was built, it's like getting the recipe, right? Once it was built, I just let it run on autopilot, and I've been going for 7, almost 8 years. 4 steps, sold over $7 million. That's it. So the reason that I want to share this is because so many of you have gifts. Look, I know you have something that people need. People need what you have now. Okay, just imagine for a second. Close your eyes and just imagine. Imagine what it would be like to be living the dream that you have. Living the dream of the mission, the business, coaching, speaking, whatever it may be. Living the dream of what you have. Serving people, changing lives, impacting. Imagine those people expressing their gratitude to you for creating that. Imagine what that would be like. How would that feel? Now, from that place, what do you need to master? Your playing small does not serve anyone, because I did that. I did that for a long time. I played small. And I hesitated to share my message, and I didn't do the things that I needed to do, like be the leader I needed to be, like master getting the message out there, like mastering the sales pieces. I didn't do those things, and what happened? I struggled, and I didn't impact anybody. And now, here I am sharing this message because I want to share more people to change the world. See, I've got a 16-month-old daughter, and I just found out I got another baby on the way. Mind-blowing. Most amazing thing in my life. And I want to support the people that can change lives out there to help make this world a better place, because I figure if I can impact more people in getting their mission to more people, then maybe they're going to impact people that may cross paths with my daughter or my future son or daughter. I don't know which it is. So this is what we can do together. So I'm here to say it is our role as the visionary, the leader, the founder, the person with this vision to figure it out. That's our role as leadership, right? Now, I'm not saying you have to be the techie person. Okay, so let me touch on that for a second. You don't have to be the techie person. You don't. You don't have to be the person to build the landing page. You don't have to be the person to create the ads. You don't. But what you do have to be is the leader of it, the visionary, the CEO of it. See, I call this program CEO of Your Destiny. This is one of the worksheets from worksheet 6. You do have to be that leader of it that understands how you're going to get that result from somebody else. See, one of the biggest mistakes that people make is thinking they're going to hire some marketing person. They don't exist. Okay, the marketing people that you think that you're going to hire, and they're going to build this funnel, and they're going to build the campaign, and they're going to build the ads, and your business is going to explode. They don't exist. I know because I've spent the money. I spent $500 on a social media person that I thought was going to blow my business up. And you know what I got? Squat. I got awkward social media posts. And then somebody came along and told me that I needed a funnel. This is back when I wasn't selling anything. I was broke. I was struggling. I was stressed. I was frustrated. And this guy comes along and he tells me, you need a funnel. And he'll build it for $5,000 US. and he talks a big talk. I need this funnel, okay? And basically he was saying this, like he was talking this language right here, and I thought this was it. So what happened? So I paid him the $5,000, and he built this stuff. And what do you think I got? I got nothing out of it. I got zero. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what is that? And so I kept working. And then remember I said that first person phoned, and I freaked out. And so I did start to get some sales. And as I started to make a little bit of money, I hired this big marketing company. And I spent $25,000, almost $30,000 over the course of a long. And guys, that was money I couldn't afford. I had defaulted on car loans. I had my credit cards maxed out. I had my cell phone getting disconnected. I couldn't afford to spend that money, but I was that dedicated to growing my business. And what did I get in the end? I got nothing. And I was so frustrated, and I blamed all them, and I was like thinking those people ripped me off. And then you know what I learned? I learned that nobody else can create our vision. Nobody can create our voice. Nobody can create our message. Nobody knows our audience in the way that we do. Nobody knows their pain points, their desires, their deeper inner needs, wants, and all of those things like we do, right? It's like building a house. We have the vision, and we hire an architect or we hire somebody to help us get that vision in a blueprint, and then we hire technical skill to build what's on that blueprint, right? You don't just go to the technical skill, the guy that's going to do your plumbing, the guy that's going to do your roof, the guy that's going to do your windows and do your flooring, and just say, hey, just go build me something. No, they're like, well, what do you need? What do you want? Well, then, and that's where you got to take your vision. You got to create a blueprint, right? And then with that blueprint, you go and hire people to build it. So what am I saying? That's our job. We got to take the vision that's in here. We got to get it down onto a blueprint, and then we hire people to build it. And that's why with this, you can hire people to do your ads. You can hire people to do your landing pages, but you got to tell them what content has to go in it. You have to tell them what photos you want to go in it. And then you've got to look at the numbers and say, do I have enough people clicking through? Do I have enough people getting on the phone that have seen my page? And if not, what am I going to change? Now, this doesn't have to be difficult and overwhelming. It's just that what you need is a plan. You've got to have the right plan, and you got to hold those people accountable, and you got to be around and guided by the people that know how to show you to get the plan and get the work done. That's what I'm saying. And that's why I created my CEO of Your Destiny. It's 3 things in one, right? So it's the lessons on how to create the master plan. It's a mastermind group to get support and spend time around like-minded people to be just in that, because oftentimes we don't have those people at home. I remember when I quit my job and I went to start my business, everybody told me I was crazy for quitting. And then when I was struggling, they were judging me and telling me how stupid I was and I needed to go back. And then you know what happened when I reached $1 million in sales and things started to take off and my whole life changed and I started to travel? They came back and they're like, we always knew you had some special gift. We knew that you had some special skill that you. And I'm like, you were here. You're the ones that were telling me not to go and do it. Anyway, I never had that support, right? And that's why it took me a long time to really find that recipe, and we don't have that community. So it's this, and it's that community of like-minded people, and it's also the group coaching, right? So group coaching, which is answering the questions, providing support, helping hold people accountable to make sure they do the things and get out of their own way, because often we know what to do, but then we hesitate in doing it. So if that's something you're interested in, you can check that out. But most importantly, what I want you to focus on here is, what is your path to purchase? What is it for you? Is it going to be videos to some sign up to a phone call? Is it going to be live on social media to private message to some sort of a purchase? Are you going to go to an event to phone call after an event and then get them to buy? Figure out your path to purchase. This is one of the things that I teach in this. There's a whole lot more about, there's lessons about content, about how to communicate, about how to make your message emotional, about how to improve all these things. But at the core of it, this is such a key, important thing that you have to get down, that is the base of your business. Because look, the stats say that 90% of people that start a business will fail. 90%. And it's not because they're not good people. It's not because they don't have their heart in it, they're fully invested. Often it's some of the nicest, most open-hearted, amazing people that build these businesses and struggle. It's because they don't master this. They don't understand. They don't master the leadership pieces, that are learning how to sell, all of these things, which is why I've created this. So as you can tell, I'm pretty passionate and I'm pretty wound up about it. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Comment, I'd love to hear from you. If you want to learn more, I'd love to serve and support you. Click and go wherever, check that out. Otherwise, what can you take away from this and what can you action right away? All right, hope you're doing great, and watch for my next video.